You have the same problem in Mumbai, no? The type that we have back home with the Muslims. Now, back pain aside, I am sitting very straight now. Hi, my name is Sheena. My name is Sheena. Names. Most of us don't get a choice in our names. They're given to us. And slowly, over time, people, places, things, they grow into their names. But what would happen if one day the name were to change? What if one day I were to no longer be called Sheena? Do I stop becoming Sheena? Many, many years ago, a few friends and myself, we decided to go on a trip to Hampi. 18 long hours in an uncomfortable bus. Now, this was not one of those fancy sleeper buses, no. This was semi-recliner, you know the type, where you can recline just enough to trick yourself into thinking you're comfortable, only to wake up 15 minutes later with a combo pack, back and neck pain. We arrive in Hampi, seriously underslept and very tired, but excited to be there. And we check into this gorgeous little guest house. I think it was called Hema's or Geeta's, I forget. But the layout is important. There are 5 rooms in a row, and my friend group takes up room 1 to 4. I'm staying with friends who were a couple at the time, so obviously I get the lumpy mattress on the floor. A hard, mean-looking mattress, but at this point of time, I am so tired, I'll take it. We drop our bags and go to dinner. I finish eating quickly so that I can head back to the room and sleep early. I'm walking back from the restaurant on my own, enjoying the cool night air, so happy to be out of the city when suddenly the lights go. The entire town is plunged in darkness. No street lights, no shop lights, no house lights, nothing. Now, I know that the restaurant is in this general direction and that my guest house is quite close by. There's no way I can make it back to the restaurant. But the guest house, I can figure that out. So I pull out my phone, which was the 33 whatever, and using that light, I'm stumbling through the darkness. Now, I wish I could say that I was super calm and collected, but in reality, I was freaking out. I had this feeling in my stomach. You know that feeling when you know that the chances of something bad happening are really slim, but if something bad were to happen, it would probably be pretty bad. So you can only imagine my relief when finally I see the sign, Hema or Geeta's, I forget, guest house. Cool, I made it. I'm walking to my room and I can hear some laughter, some conversation, and I notice that there's a group of guys sitting outside room number 5. They've taken a torch and stuck it into the thatched roof, and under that pool of light, they're drinking beers, smoking joints, just having a good time. So I do one of those odd, awkward, hey, how's it going, those kinds of greetings, and I turn to enter my room. I put my hand in my bag to pull out my room keys, and in that moment, I know I have forgotten the room keys at the restaurant. But still, foolishly and uselessly, I dig through my bag. No luck. Shit. No room keys, no electricity, no friends, and oh yes, obviously, no phone signal. Hey, why don't you join us for a bit? One of the guys from that group says. Sure. I mean, my friends will be back soon, and honestly, at that moment, what choice did I have, right? So I sit down, somebody hands me a beer. I don't want a beer, I don't need a beer, but I take a beer. And we get chatting. They seem like a nice enough group of guys, a few years older than I am. They're from Israel. Some of them have done military service, so almost like a rite of passage. Time in the military, and then travel through India. They had done the north, they had done the south, and their final stop before they fly home, Bombay, my city. So I start off with the helpful advice. Yes, travel by local trains, avoid rush hour, street food off Hill Road, this place called Karachi. Definitely check out Mani Bhavan and evening drinks at Ghetto. This was a long time ago. I noticed that you say Bombay and not Mumbai. What's up with that? One of the guys to my side says, now see, I was born in Bombay. And when I was maybe 8 or 9, the name changed to Mumbai. Now, whether you say Bombay or whether you say Mumbai, that comes with all sorts of loaded connotations. A conversation I did not feel the need to unpack in this scenario, in this environment. So I just shrug and say, I use them interchangeably. Did the name change after the riots? I hear in Mumbai, you have large slums with a very large Muslim population. I bet the crime rate is really high there. You have the same problem in Mumbai, no? The type that we have back home with the Muslims. Now, back pain aside, I am sitting very straight now. I know this show. I've been here before. And I have no interest in sticking around for the last act. All the while, I'm just hoping and praying that nobody asks me, hey, what's your name, by the way? Shit. Now see, if you were to ask me my name, I would say Sheena, because that is my name. But for some reason, in that moment, I felt like I had to give them my full name. So instead of saying Sheena Khalid, which it is, I said Sheena Nevgi. I just lied about my last name. Are you Hindu? I should have said no. I should have said I'm Muslim. Not practicing, but I am Muslim. Instead, in that moment, I said, yes, of course, I'm Hindu. And the lies just keep on mounting. And then the floodgates really open and conversation is flowing. We're talking about terrorism, we're talking about bomb blasts, we're talking about 9/11, obviously the Taj terror attacks, subjugation of women in Islam, everything. I feel the need to contribute to this conversation. So I say ever so articulately, yeah, terrorism sucks. I'm so glad for that feeble torchlight so that they can't see that I am sweating bullets. A Muslim sweating bullets, there's a joke in that. And just as my anxiety is mounting, from way in the distance, I hear the shrill voice of my best friend shouting, Khalid! Shit. Khalid! You forgot your keys at the restaurant. Where are you, Khalid? Are you there? How did you get into the room? Where are you? And the voice just gets louder and louder. And by now, it's clear that that person is calling somebody, and that somebody is me. Just then, in that moment, the electricity comes back. And all the light bulbs above us start glowing. And for the first time in that evening, I see that group of guys clearly, and they see me. I lock eyes with the guy who asked me my name right in the beginning, and I do one of those awkward goodbyes. This time it's way more awkward. We go into the room, I say goodnight to my friends, I get onto that mattress, and obviously, as you can imagine, I did not sleep very well that night at all. The next morning, I peek out the window, make sure the coast is clear. I have no interest in bumping into these guys again. I go to the reception to ask for coffee or something, and the woman behind the desk says, hey, is there a Sheena Khalid in your group, by the way? She said my last name. Yeah. Why? The guys in room number 5 left a note for her. She hands me this piece of paper, which obviously looks like it was ripped out in a hurry. I open it, and on it is written, we're sorry about last night. Really looking forward to checking out Bombay. Thank you.